Have you had a blinker fluid? 'Cause I've never had a blinker fluid either. This is the same as blinker fluid. I'm such a thing. It's blinker fluid.
For her headlights. Welcome, everybody, to episode 3 of the Blinker Fluid podcast with Adam and Soch. We are still reeling from the high of Buttonwillow track day on Monday. It is, Wednesday now, I think, and I'm just finally recovering. Was a little tired after that. You know, we got a collective, 100 minutes on track?
Easily.
I think my car made it 60 of those minutes before we killed a tire and the brakes were smoking. It's all good. Consumables, that's what they're for. We'll replace those later. But lots of neat cars out there. There'll be some footage up on Chris's YouTube. I've got some stuff I'm going to throw up here pretty quick, and you can kind of just see what happened and the excitement. And, you know, it was a private day. We had the track to ourselves. Just go out there, run them, have fun. You know, there's no real competition except for the really good cars we're going for, you know, personal bests. Oh, yeah. But we're just out there having fun, you know, smoking tires and hanging out with car people. Chris took out the postal wagon out there, drove that around a little bit.
Oh, it was the best. It was the best. As much as I wish I could have actually gone out for more seat time on the car, it does still need a little bit of maintenance here and there, but we used it as the cam car. I had over 2,500 horsepower screaming behind me as I used it as a cam car.
Yeah, that wasn't intimidating at all, I'm sure.
Oh, man. If you guys watch it on my YouTube channel, you will see it's wild. Very loud.
Yeah, there was the Corvette, 1,200 horsepower, twin turbo. C5. There was the BMW with the LS swap in it.
Yep, the E36 wide body. Nothing but a BMW about that besides a part of the chassis and headlights.
Pretty much. Let's see, second gen RX-7 LS swapped.
Yeah, and it has the Boss whatever front end to where it doesn't have the pop-up headlights or anything like that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Those cars are caliber customs.
What was up with that S2000? What was in that thing? So,
to my knowledge, it is just a full-blown K-Series AP2 car. If you don't know what AP2 is, it's the S2000s, the Honda S2000. AP1 and AP2 are just two sport packages that came with the car. To say, Nissan has the Nismo version. That's the easier way to explain it.
Gotcha.
For people that don't understand AP2 and stuff. Anyways, so this car, full-blown, caliber custom cars. As far as the motor goes, forged, everything like that, he is actually running a Pro Charger, I think is what it was. It's a Pro Charger,
wow.
still rear-wheel drive, cut gears, and he was running, I think it was a 145 or 148.
Wow.
That's faster than the C5.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's also a
reference point. My stock Eclipse did a 226. So these fools are a minute faster.
Yeah.
And my kid was screaming the whole time. So, yeah, I can't believe these things are just crazy.
I forgot to ask you about that. How much fun did Philip actually have?
He was scared to get in the car. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's ridden with Dad before, so he knows what's up. Got in, and then I couldn't get him out. So he was just holding on for dear life, and then halfway through, he's like, don't forget, we got to stop at Kettleman and get me a soda on the way home. I'm like, dude, I'm going 80 trying to stay on the track. We'll talk later. But no, he had an absolute blast. He had a blast.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
It was fun. But yeah, some neat cars out there. Matt brought his Porsche Cayman, which was a really cool car. Scotty had the BMW out there, and we were pretty neck and neck out there, you know, with the 330. It's a neat car, though. He probably rode a lot smoother than I did. You know, he's blasting Beethoven with the windows up, and, you know, they're giving him this roll the windows sign down, and he's looking up like, what? What did I do? And he didn't know they wanted the windows down, and he's just trying to cruise the track, listen to classical music. So, we'll get him over here. Dude's a trip.
Oh, yeah. That was a fun day for sure.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. All right, so tell us about the guest we got coming up.
So, he is a friend through the autocross community through the U.S. I will pull up his Instagram handle right now for you, but I found him because of a other local friend in Florida that does photography for autocross over there. He's actually not in Florida. He's up north in I'm not exactly which state it is, but he's up in the northern eastern section. But it's called Parking Lot Racing, and his Instagram is just all about autocross, the community, and anything that has to do with helping anyone around the United States to know what events are happening.
Really
And
cool.
this is just a guy that wanted to have fun doing it, and now there are many people that are starting to see him. Like, he doesn't have thousands yet, but there are people that are using his calendar that like think it's an actual SCCA log.
Really?
And this is just him.
That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. And no, it's just another testament to the autocross community and the car community in general. You know, if you move to a new town, don't know anyone, dude, go do autocross. You'll make friends.
Yep, that's exactly
You know,
what I did.
go to car shows. You're going to get to know people. It's just a welcoming community. Everyone wants to help each other out. Yeah, it gets competitive, but in a friendly way. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll bring him on via Zoom and get to know him.
Oh, yeah.
All right, folks, welcome back. We are live here with Ricardo via Zoom. All right, my man, tell us a little bit about what you do and who you are.
Well, my name's Ricardo. I'm very big into autocross, and so I connected with Chris over Instagram. I started up a website. We're tracking events across the entire nation, and that's kind of just to fuel also my passion to travel and give me a reason to autocross while I'm out there.
Nice.
Awesome stuff, man.
That's awesome.
So at the moment, I know that the Corvette is not with you, but when you did have it, how many tracks did you actually hit as far as autocross events?
I did, I believe, 2 full seasons.
Ooh, that's
which,
good.
Yeah, which for me, it would be about 3 or 4 events a month.
Oh yeah,
From about March till November.
You're hardcore.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's dedication.
And I did get to participate in a pro solo with it, and I got second in B Street. I believe it was 2018. So
That is awesome.
But yeah, I made it to the challenge, and funny story. It's never happened any other time I've driven that car, but when I launched it, it popped out of first, and with the challenge, that's it. It's head to head to the end, and right in the first round, just like a noob, right on the line, and I was up against I think a 991 GT3. That thing was gone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, I've never gotten to experience that yet, but one day I know it will, and I hope when it happens, I'm right there with you, buddy. We're gonna have fun doing it.
Yeah.
It'll be somewhere through the U.S. and we're gonna do it.
Man, crazy.
Right.
Well, hey, tell me about this calendar that Chris was telling me about. How's this working? What's it all about?
So I started off locally tracking the events on a Google Calendar, and that kind of fell off. And COVID the past 2 years, I definitely didn't touch it. But everything's kind of coming back to normal, and just right out the gate, 2022, I decided I'm gonna start it up again. And I said, why wait? Or why limit myself to the my area, which is the DC metropolitan area?
Mm-hmm.
And I just took it nationwide, and pretty much monitoring all the club's websites, and also social monitoring. So I'm connecting with them, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and it's one of the pain points for me when I first got into autocross was knowing, what clubs do it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I got into autocross. I don't know if it's like this for everybody, but I assume. I drove by one day and I saw the cars racing around in our local stadium. And I looked them up, and I was able to find them. And it was the BMW club.
Nice.
And we got a pretty good program in the area. And then I did my next, and it was actually the very last event of the year. So I did their next event, and I was just hooked from there. And so, the name of the game is a seat time, right?
Oh, totally.
And after I got hooked, I'm looking, everywhere, when and how far and all that stuff. And then there were still events I was missing. And it was kind of like you had to be within the right crowd.
Right.
Um, there's over here on the East Coast we have the ZMAX Dragway. If you've seen that, it's the 4-lane drag strip.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Pink
Well, they do
slips.
real-
That's what got
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, so one of the SCCA groups in one of the Carolinas, CCR is the abbreviation, but they do very fast courses out there, and it's definitely something to experience.
Awesome.
And I was missing those type of events.
So you just
and so that's
compiled
when-
them all and trying to make a master calendar for everything then.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
yeah.
I kind of envisioned maybe it one day becoming an app, and just reach into your pocket, and you want to go autocross this weekend. It's already got the Google geolocation search,
Nice.
so you could integrate that with the GPS, and wherever you are, find the nearest autocross event, and you set the radius.
Dude, this is
Yeah.
great. I mean, if you're vacationing,
Yeah.
I mean, I get up to Seattle 3-4 times a year. I mean, it'd be nice to know, okay, I'll just take a different car next time I go.
Yep.
Something I can play with, and yeah, we'll just time it out. Or, if you're doing a road trip across the country, and
Yeah,
throw
dude.
your autocross car in the back of your motorhome and go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Yep.
condoning it, but some people do use their loaners.
Yeah, go to Hertz and rent that Charger.
Oh man.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, along that lines, I'm even finding events in Hawaii on all three of the big islands. So
That's
if you're
so
out there, there's some groups to connect with also.
That's a long drive to Hawaii, though. I don't know.
Yeah, well, talk about the loner, right?
Yep.
Exactly. So have you gotten any feedback from SCCA or any of the clubs as far as, hey, we love what you're doing, wanting to kind of incorporate you into being an actual part of that and what they do? I mean, you put a lot of effort into this.
So not yet. And it's all on my own initiative.
Okay.
It's literally 3 months in now.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm still connecting with people on Instagram and Facebook.
Right.
And there's so many
and
people that have already hit you up. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Is this right now, is it just autocross events at this point that you're doing on there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did want to do the track events when I was doing it locally, but there's just so many groups out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, after you
lot
get
more than the
funded and you've
autocross
got
team.
backers, then, you take on, like, Caliber's Track Day and,
Oh, yeah.
other private events and stuff that people are welcome
Yeah.
to. But I could see that blowing up. I mean,
Exactly. No one's doing this. And that's why it's
Right.
like you're doing something that's so innovative that when it comes time and people are seeing this in their hand, it could be a year from now, it could be a couple months, you never know. And
Right.
having this, it's going to make people want to do it more.
Right.
And even that alone could be something to help street racers. Like, that is something to be like,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? I want to go smash today or this week. Let's see what's close by or in town.
yeah, they might not know
Right.
there's an event 20 minutes away they can go to and
Yeah.
legally race. To get
Exactly.
sort of the side shows. And, I mean, you're going to be the weed maps of autocross, dude. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I like that.
That was the vision I had.
Hell
So,
yeah.
We'll go for it.
Awesome. I love it. It's great. It's a great idea.
Oh man, yeah. So, as far as your autocross, as far as where you've come from autocross, how long have you been doing it now?
So, I think if I look back on my YouTube, I started filming from the get-go,
Yeah.
but I believe it's dated 2012 or 13.
Nice.
So-
That was literally the same time when I started with my EG, and it was just a
Yeah.
little shitbox that shouldn't have passed safety, all that kind of stuff. And I was just, like you, I saw these cars smashing on the side of this strip, and I'm like, what the heck is this? The guy tells me, and at the time, I mean, you could just go and pay. Now it's kind of hard. Sometimes you have to register online for a lot of places. But at the time, I'm like,
Right.
yeah. Pay, sign up, make sure that you pass tech, take all your crap out of the car. You got a helmet? Okay, here's a loaner. Go have fun. And that's how it started. Oh man.
Nice.
So
So yeah, I was gonna say I did start off with the E36 M3.
yeah.
It's Dakar yellow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was gonna be my next
And
question
I-
for you. I was gonna be like, what was the starter?
And then I still do have it. So it kind of has a sad story because when I got that Corvette, it was like an old toy. I just put it up on the shelf.
I believe it.
It reminds
Yeah.
me of that meme from Toy Story. I don't want to play with you no more.
Oh man.
So it's here now, and it's gutted. So what happened was I think it was the first 1 or 2 seasons, but I wanted to get serious, and I gutted it out. I stripped the heater core. It's pretty much a shell, but it runs. It's all weight reduction.
Right.
And then what happened was my wife got pregnant with our second child, and then we ended up buying a home. It had a nice garage, and so it became garage kept while the family grew and
Well, hey, at
all
least
those
it's not rotting. It's being
responsibilities.
preserved. So
Yeah.
That's the good part of it.
yeah,
Yeah. Hey, I keep it on a battery tender,
nice.
and I drive it every once in a while, get some groceries in it. It's got aluminum bushings on the rear end, and so that thing, it I don't want to say it sounds like one of those nice racing transmissions,
Yeah,
but
but here's
just the noise that
yep.
comes in.
Ah, man. So, are you having any plans this year to at least try to hit an event close by, like in your neighborhood?
Yes. So, interestingly, I took the SCCA Solo Safety Steward webinar yesterday
Yeah.
and renewed my SCCA membership and everything.
Nice.
That's
the step that everyone has to take
Yeah.
right there.
Yep. So they've got and I think it's a 2-day school coming up. I haven't reached out yet, but I might try to reach out and go ahead and get one of those deputy safety steward events under my belt.
Nice.
That way I can actually become an actual safety steward.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is a goal of mine as well. That's so nice. More power to you, man.
Yeah.
I'll ask you
Yeah.
questions when you do it.
Yeah. Yep. And then I also got a camera recently, a nice camera. So I do want to get out there and take pictures, get some nice content for the gram and everything.
Oh yeah.
My own content at that, so I don't have to share or ask permission for everybody.
Right.
Very true. Very true. So, are you going to be using the BMW?
Yeah. So right now, I think I pretty much just have to go through all the fluids. So when it got shelved, the Dunlop Dereza, what are they, DRZ2s?
Oh, spicy
whatever
boys.
the acronym was.
Yeah.
So that's how old it was.
Yeah.
It's how long it's been sitting. That was the hot tire back then. So, obviously new tires, and I think I can beat on it after that. Yeah, it doesn't have a passenger seat, but
Well,
that-
weight reduction.
for me to race,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what class you're going to be running, or have you talked to anyone yet to figure that out?
So I kind of shot myself in the foot when I removed that heater core.
That's what I was about to ask.
Because the solo rules are not forgiving. That would put me in one of the mod classes. I put that back in, and this is my more realistic goal, and that's to get into a BSP.
That's the
Yeah.
8.6, the blue 8.6 Tang.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he's in that class, dude. Oh. Man.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a fast class. But you wield that Corvette, you can wheel the shit out of it, I'm sure. So you're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the content on it. It's gonna be amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah, and now B Street is just what is it? Shocks in the front bar.
Yep.
So especially I've ran that M3 a lot on stock power, but getting into a class that'll allow me to do things. Unlike the heater core, which I was completely in the dark when I did that. But yeah, I have something to play with right now, and I'm most grateful for that. Getting to the top of the class will come, but I have a more clear-cut goal this time going in.
Heck yeah, man! I'm happy to hear that. I
Very
am.
cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
So I did have another question for you for the E36. Yeah, it's E36, right?
Correct.
Right. Okay. Do you have a roll cage or anything like that in there?
I have a roll cage sitting in storage.
Okay, so the reason why I'm asking you this, I don't know if you saw the content of when I did the first event this year. I was racing an E36 that was the Techno Violet. It had KW
Okay.
suspension, it had 660 Falcons on it, all that kind of stuff.
Oh wow.
And the cage in it was just a bolt up in the back. It only went to the bottom, nothing else connected to the top. But it was I forgot how many points it was, but it was enough to where the cage that he put in there would have kicked us kicked us out of Roadster class, which was STR, I think is what it is. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Street Touring R or STR, and then it put us to STU, which was Ultimate. So
Yeah.
just because of that freaking roll cage, I was like, God.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so yeah, the class that you're going into, you're gonna have a lot of fun with that, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
do you have any kind of questions for us?
Well, I've got a lot of catching up to do with you guys. You mentioned your channel.
Yep.
I kind of started from the latest, and so I'm catching up on your content.
Yeah, we're new, getting our footing, but
Yeah.
interviewing interesting people like you, so it's been fun so far.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what about you guys? So you have your you said a Subaru, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah. So
autocross right
technically,
now?
we both have a Subaru, but this guy owns like 10 times more cars than I do. So yeah, I have my two Subaru, my two Legacies. Actually, we went to the track and took it out and used it as a cam car yesterday, and I got to feel how that old suspension actually feels, and it could take a little bit. The winter tires definitely didn't like it at all, but
Oh, wow.
we had some fun. It was definitely fun. And
Nice.
so Adam, he right now, what year is it?
Which one?
The Eclipse that you
The Eclipse is an 03. It's pretty much a stock GTS, third
it's
generation.
the Too Fast, Too Furious one.
Oh yeah, it's got the stupid
Right.
shark from the movie on it.
Oh yeah.
I blew up my Subaru Baja motor, so I needed something in the interim, and it was cheap. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I've got to go full retard and put the stickers on this and make it fun. And then I'm hoping by the end of the season to have I've got a 924 turbo I'm working on.
Oh wow.
So that'll be the one I build up and put some money in it, so it'll be worth something at the end of the day. So
Nice.
plus it's lightweight. I think it's 1,800 pounds
Yeah.
with 170 horse, but the power to weight ratio is pretty good on it, unlike the tank I'm driving right now.
Plus,
old touring car.
Front-wheel drive, right?
Yeah, that's been the biggest thing is going from all wheel to front wheel. That's a learning curve in itself. So.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine. And I'm about to go from
Yeah.
all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive because I didn't tell you, but I'm gonna try to make the wagon rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
So we're gonna see how fun it's gonna be.
Dude, that'd probably be cool, man.
Oh yeah.
Something different.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
So I'm not sure if I did tell you this, but I am trying to get my feet more wet into the autocross community here in Fresno in the Central Valley of California, and in April I'm going to be chairing an event for the first time ever.
Nice.
I think I told you, but it's been a while. But I'm a little intimidated, but the person that is the president is actually a decent friend of mine. He's the one that is the manager at Caliber Customs, which is one of the bigger companies. He's the one that we did the private event with yesterday. But
Okay.
it's something that I wanted to start, like how you wanted to do the stewardess to be in safety. That's what I wanted to
Right.
do, but I feel like if I yell too much at people, people will take me the wrong way when I'm just trying to let you know, hey, this is what you have to do. And they're going to be like, you're having a tone with me. I'll be like, I have to.
Yeah, but some of those old guys get grumpy too, and you blow it off. You don't take it personal. It's just like, dude, smoke a bowl, chill out.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But just remember to make it a front wheel drive friendly course. All right. think about us out there.
As long as Rob Krieger isn't there, well, we'll make it happen. He's a big racer here with team Double Nickel 9. I'm actually gonna go and get some coverage on him after this. After I get
Okay.
Damien and stuff, I'm gonna go to his garage out in Delray.
Oh, nice.
And get some footage of his stuff. It's nothing like Caliber Customs where it's a full blown operation. They're working the whole time. This guy is cave pretty much that.
Man cave.
Yeah, man
car
cave.
cave.
Nice.
All the broken
Okay.
parts he's messed up on the track.
Yeah.
All the trophies. The guy owns his
Where
own
the
beer.
magic happens.
Oh yeah. So do you have any local big companies over there? As far as like racing, like how we have Caliber Customs and how we have Double Nickel 9?
Um,
Because you're in the metropolitan area. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, it's the DC area.
Yeah.
Mostly government stuff,
Well, let me ask you this: do you guys have the sideshow, races and the issues like we're having here? Just idiots going out, taking over the intersections and all that.
We don't, but the bikes and ATVs is pretty big.
Oh yeah,
and
that's a big
kinda-
East Coast thing.
seen
The
the
Rough
ATV,
Riders go out there
yeah.
and they don't care.
Yeah,
They will
and
ride
it's
around.
You
spreading
can't catch
out of
'em.
the city, and so it actually started in the cities, and so now it's coming into the rural and suburb areas.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody just gets on their dirt bike or ATV, and you get a crowd of like 50 of them just cruising on the highway and public street.
Doing wheelies and
Crazy.
stuff. Yeah, it just takes
Yeah,
one guy to
They
crash.
don't shut the intersection down though. They kind of go with the flow of
Yeah,
traffic.
that is
That's a little better than.
Yes, that is a lot
and,
better.
and they do go off road sometimes, so they get out the way.
Yeah, do whatever you want off road. Who cares?
So the autocross track that is close to you, is it in town to you? Do you have to actually like go for a drive to get to it?
So I was lucky enough that it's literally 5 minutes from here,
That's awesome.
but it turned into a COVID testing center, and
So did ours. It
Dude,
was.
it's the same exact thing. Literally, it's a 10-minute, 15-minute drive from my house to where we race. And just recently this season, they stopped using it as a COVID testing area and vaccination area. So we got lucky. But man, the whole time last year when we were trying to race, we missed driving school last year. I finally got to do that this year. But yeah, it's that whole situation. It's just, it's still happening. It's still happening.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy.
yeah. So the next closest one's probably an hour or so. We have Summit Point, which is about hour and a half drive, and that's what they've been using. All of the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
We the Washington Redskins, now the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
They had lost that lot for a while, but we're coming back there this year, and so that one's actually pretty close. That's like 20-30 minute drive for me.
Nice.
Nice.
And
So,
that's kind of the hot lot in the area because you get a lot of room to stretch your.
It's a lot of space. And
yeah.
Get some straightaways. Get some
yeah.
speed.
so
yeah, you
it's
get over a minute course on there, and pretty
Nice.
technical and long stretches.
what's the fastest you've gone on a track there? Like it's so that someone has set up. Have you hit third gear and spread out a little bit, or have you only been in second most of the time?
So in the Corvette, I've hit 70. And that's a B Street car.
Yeah.
In the M3, I put a smaller diff in the back, so there were times where I'd be able to get into third and actually use it. And then you get the whole race car thing, blipping the throttle on the downshift and everything while you crank it in.
As far as your community of autocrossers there, do you guys only race in parking lots, or do you guys have other areas like airstrips or old places like that? Because like we have two, like Crow's Landing. That used to be airstrip, or is it still active?
Yeah, and then
And Castle.
and then
Castle.
Famoso.
Yeah, Famoso. Well, that's it's a part of a drag strip. It's just the part where everyone parks their RVs,
Right.
Which is awesome, dude. Oh, it is so awesome. Yeah. Do you have anything else like that, or is it just mainly just the big parking lots by stadiums and stuff?
Yeah, so in my immediate area, it's the stadium parking lot. You go a little further out, you got Summit Point for track cross. Pocono Raceway in Pennsylvania, they do a similar, but they actually put the cones on there, so I'd consider that more of an autocross.
Right.
Down south, we got Virginia Motorsports Park, and they have a big area down there.
I don't know if you heard of Cletus McFarland, but he's been there. Everyone's heard of him, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was there racing not that long ago. That was cool.
yeah, yep. And then the airfield would be in Jersey, Bader Field, which scanning all the autocross news lately with the website, they're actually Atlantic City. I think they're looking at turning it into like a motorsport country club over there.
That's cool.
So hopefully they maintain the autocrosser aspect with that old airfield. But yeah, they got some nice changes. It sounds like coming up soon.
Nice.
Atlantic City, they'll find a way to bet on it too, I'm sure. So.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah.
it's happened here.
You know.
Shoot. So talking about betting real quick. So because I got this wagon, the white super wagon, Rick, I think is his name. I'm not 100% sure, but he owns that white kit car that goes autocrossing with us. He came with his son to race.
Oh,
at
Jeff.
Jeff
Jeff Schneider.
Yeah, Schneider. So he called me out as soon as I had the Subaru, and he said, "Hey, I got the third Gen 5 speed. We're autocrossing against each other." He called me out. I was like, "Damn it!"
Oh man, how'd it go?
No, what's gonna happen still? We're gonna see because I don't know if he's gonna be racing when I do the chairing event, but maybe
bring it in
Saturday he
April.
will. Yeah, we're gonna see.
Well, we'll put those Federal 559s on yours and at least give you some
There
grip
you go.
before they rot off my car.
Oh man, but yeah, it was. This was definitely fun talking to you, man.
Well, hey, give us all the
man.
contact info again. Where can
Yeah.
people find the calendar, your content, all that? Give us all the hookup on that, and that way people can find you.
So the website's parkinglotracing.org. On Instagram, it's parking.lot.racing.
You gotta remember the dots.
Linked on
Lots
the
of dots.
website. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it'll come up, though. I've been spamming the hashtag. So
Hell yeah.
You should be able to find me.
Awesome.
We're also on Facebook and Twitter. There, I'm still trying to generate the content. I don't know if I'm thinking about getting into a blog. So, keep an eye out for that.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll
And,
leave all the
you know.
links at the bottom of the description for the YouTube channel as well for you guys to see.
There you
Awesome.
go.
Well, hey, I appreciate you joining us, man. It was a lot of fun, and let's do this
Oh,
again
yeah.
as we get a little further into the season.
Oh yeah, we'll see
For
we'll see
sure.
the big difference in it if your website from right now here in February 2022 to the next time that we talk, and we'll see how much bigger it's gotten. Because I know for a fact we'll help push it, man. We're gonna see what happens.
Right on. I appreciate it, dude. Hey, and I need some accountability for getting that car out there on the track, too.
Yeah.
Definitely,
See where
definitely.
that's at.
Awesome. Well, thank
Cool,
you,
guys. Well,
Ricardo.
thank you.
We're going to kick over to Dale Mel here. He's got the Cars R Us Auto News. We'll see what he's got to say. We'll be back.
All right, guys.
Well, hello once again. This is Dale Mel with Cars R Us. First thing we're going to talk about story-wise is when all the car companies are going to go with electric vehicles. Gas and diesel swirling internal combustion engines are dirty, which is why automakers are introducing electric vehicles as emission-free alternatives. Admittedly, emission-free is a relative term, as the complexity of manufacturing a vehicle, electric or otherwise, is far from the most environmentally friendly process. Nevertheless, the automobile industry is taking steps to lessen the negative impact of its processes and products that have an impact on the environment. Many are preparing to ditch the internal combustion engine entirely, while others are committing to a carbon-neutral future in order to reduce or offset their carbon emissions, which contributes to the Earth-warming environment. When exactly will the automotive industry officially say goodbye to gas and diesel-powered engines or reach carbon neutrality? It's hard to say, as only some brands have formally committed to a timeline for achieving one or both of these goals. Chevrolet has announced the launch of a new 70th anniversary model Corvette for the 2023 model year. Available on both the regular and the Z06 models, the anniversary package will celebrate Chevrolet hitting this major milestone. It also adds another special addition to the lengthy list of commemorative Corvettes produced over 7 decades. And now we're going to wrap up with a subject that interests me. Back in the 50s, Ford decided it wanted to introduce a nuclear car. Nuclear? What's that all about? Plutonium? Uranium? What? In 1958, Ford introduced the world to a car it had never seen before, one powered by a small nuclear reactor. The Ford Nuclon, as it was christened, was envisioned as a car capable of driving more than 5,000 miles between fueling stops, appealing to a post-war fixation with convenience that has dominated American consumerism since. Like some other mid-century nuclear fantasies, though, the nucleon never came to fruition, in part due to engineering problems we still struggle with to this day. Now let's talk about this a little bit. A nuclear car. How do you protect a nuclear power plant in your little car with your family inside, with a truck barreling down behind you and possibly hitting into it? Could you have an explosion? Are those little discs that you would put in on top to fuel your car every 5,000 miles? Would they suffer from leakage from somewhere? Because you'd have it lined with lead. Well, I'm thinking this is pretty dangerous stuff here. So it never got off the ground. They didn't know how to harness the power. Here's a short clip about an automobile from 1956 called the Astro, in which they tried to introduce a nuclear model.
Studebaker entered the space race with the Astro. It was their take on an atomic-powered car for the future. The Astro really didn't have a nuclear power source, but engineers said it was just around the corner. They also said nuclear radiation would be no problem. The Astro would have an emissions guard and to ward off crashes, an energy field. The Astro and other proposed nuclear-powered cars were never produced. People finally realized that an accident might cause a meltdown on Main Street.
And that wraps up my explosive news for you this week on Cars Are Us, or Cars Are Guts. This is Dale Mills saying, till next time.
Love that echo, Dale. Thank you very much, my friend. Yeah, guy's hilarious. All right, man. I think we had some fun. Hopefully everybody enjoyed Ricardo today. Soch, thanks for joining me as always.
Coming for us.
I think they're after us. It's time to get out of here. Fire up the getaway car. Unfortunately, it's the Bronco 2 today, so we're not going anywhere fast, but hopefully we don't flip. Thanks, folks. We'll catch you next time.